Our relationship with poultry in Africa is monumental. Practically every child, every home, culture, and every community shares this bond. Our chickens are with us from the time they hatch, through nurturing us with fresh, nature's best all-in-one foods. Today, we celebrate this bond with a new partner, the Kuroiler. The Kuroiler, a hybrid chicken from India, is with us. The Kuroiler means continuity with our traditional poultry management systems, but with enhanced benefits: more meat, more eggs, disease-resistant, and when well managed, the Kuroiler means better incomes and employment opportunities for rural populations, plus social and economic development. This video story then serves to remind ourselves of the key elements we need to manage the Kuroiler for maximum benefit. Trials for the Kuroiler in our different regions were successfully conducted and revealed that the Kuroiler birds can coexist with their local counterparts while producing much more. Chickens are not very demanding creatures, but they require a reasonable level of care and attention if they are to live productive lives. Farmers should purchase 2 to 3 week old Kuroiler chicks supplied, effectively brooded and vaccinated against the most serious poultry diseases to reduce disease-related mortality. These birds are now ready to begin their productive lives with farmers. The Kuroiler thrives well under scavenging conditions, but can certainly be fed and will enjoy most natural scraps from kitchen leftovers, fruits, vegetables, peelings, plus discarded leftovers during and after crop harvests. Kuroilers will convert this feed into meat and eggs at a higher rate in a relatively short period of time.
Muleme kweralikirira wadde ogirabanga erya nnyo naye enkoko eno bw'erimu olunnansi esobola bulungi okulya emmere endala. Emiwogo egyo mu butale babeerabeerayo n'emiwogo egyo egikaddiye givunzevunze gireete emimmonde, amatooke ago agaguddegudde galeeta ebinyaanya, ebikola by'emboga ezo, naddala ffe ababeera mu bibuga we babeera n'obutale. Ebintu ebyo by'obikuŋŋaanya, enkoko eno erya bulungi n'esigala ng'ekuwa ky'oyagala.
This dual-purpose bird produces 150 to 200 eggs per year, compared to 40 for the indigenous, and attains twice the body weight in less than half the time it takes indigenous backyard chickens. Chickens thrive in good conditions. If you want your birds to lay well and live full, healthy lives, you must provide secure and clean night shelter. Factors that influence the type of housing vary from locality to the weather, predators, to space and flock size. Overcrowding of chickens in night shelters is something to be avoided at all costs. Cleanliness is crucial. A chicken house that smells and is not hygienic poses serious health risks to the birds. Floor litter must be kept clean and fresh at all times.
Nsuubira nti mu maaso nja kugaziya ennyumba eno ntono ebeera yeetaaga okwawulamu ebisenge, ento zibeere zokka n'enkulu zibeere zokka, kubanga enkulu zitera okubojja obwana obuto ne zibutta, n'ezibiika nazo zaagala ekisenge kyazo.
Providing laying nests is important for efficient laying and routine egg collection.
Tulonda amagi ni butindi kulonda ate nja kutunda amagi masoga mutwalo mulala n'enkumi 2. Kuroiler anungi omuntu wa bulida asobola okudikozesa okudikolamu naddala abakyala baife ne busoga n'awandi mu byalo okusinga emmere dira enkoko edirya emmere ey'esente kamaala ate ddaala bakubiika kuba broiler butimpugano nze ndiwa emmere dirya denoonekeza emmere mu kompawundi n'adongeramu ebimere oba brandi bibyemba nabyo n'emmere esigaire njeeyo mu biwuteeri n'afuna n'addiwa Dalia was then a child that would.
So the key points for farmers to note are: buy brooded vaccinated birds at 2 to 3 weeks of age from mother units supplied by NAGRIC and DP. Avoid imposters with fake birds.
So the only source that a farmer can get this chicken is from the brooders or the mother units, which have been established in the value chain. We've been bringing these birds, and we shall continue bringing these birds as eggs for hatching or as parent stock, and then pass them over to the mother units. So the only source where a farmer can get a genuine Kuroiler chick is in the brooder units or the mother units. Already there are impositors, people who have come up and claim that they've got the Kuroilers and that they bought them from India, and somehow they can avail these ones to farmers. Now these are people or business people who have sought to take advantage of a farmer's ignorance to provide them with material which is not genuine. I would like to sound a very strong warning to farmers not to be deceived. The only source of genuine Kuroiler is from NAGRIC or the mother units which are working closely with NAGRIC.
Allow the birds to scavenge, but avail them with kitchen scraps and agricultural waste as supplementary feed. Provide good shelter and housing, clean and hygienic conditions to avoid diseases, and provide laying nests for eggs. Anyone who has reared local indigenous chicken can rear Kuroilers effectively in pretty much the same way.
It is also important to stress, therefore, that after the farmer gets his bird, after you get this bird, make sure that you manage it under a clean environment. They're provided with water and also adequate shelter. It is a bird which is so flexible in that we wouldn't like to introduce an extra burden to the farmer in the management of this bird. So if the farmer has an indigenous poultry which you're already keeping, this Kuroiler bird is a very flexible type of genetics in that it can nicely blend with the type of chicken that farmers do have in most parts of this country.
And finally, because Kuroilers are a hybrid bird, they do not self-perpetuate by hatching as do indigenous flocks. New birds must be purchased periodically because only first-generation Kuroilers perform at optimal levels.
This Kuroiler is a hybrid. Yeah, we are not supposed to get eggs that are produced by this chicken, which are fertilized from our own farms, and then get them hatched. Yeah, chicks can be produced, but the best production that you can get both for egg production and meat is best combined in this hybrid that you get from NAGRIC. Anything that you get afterwards, whether you are breeding between the male and the female Kuroiler themselves, or you're crossbreeding with the indigenous chicken, the production definitely goes down. And it's strongly advisable for farmers not to try to breed these birds.
The popularity of Kuroiler keeping is at a level that these chicken have become a must-have and a business. Once you have embarked on Kuroiler farming, your life is about to change for the better because these chickens repay their owners with a wide range of benefits. In a rural poultry production system, farmers do not have to spend on feeds because scavenging and kitchen and agricultural leftover fed chickens are raised at virtually no cost. Secondly, the fresh, wholesome meat and eggs available for your family nutrition virtually all year round needs to be translated into a cost you would otherwise incur. This makes purchasing Kuroiler birds every time you are replenishing stock a worthwhile undertaking. Rapid urban population growth and changes in people's lifestyle and diets means that demand for foods like chicken and eggs, plus the high prices they fetch, are rewarding to the Kuroiler farmer. Rural raised organic chicken meat and eggs can serve a niche market and are at a premium. Chicken and chicken products, regardless of their humble origins, have an amazing ability to find their way into prestigious supermarket chains. In Africa, no celebration, no visit, no banquet is complete without chicken. Because rural household farmers are small, they need to tap into group dynamics in order to bargain for maximum rewards, market collectively to ensure market share, retention and continuity.
Nafuna enkoko 17. Enkoko 17 zonna zaavaamu bulungi, tewali yalwala, tewali yalinako kizibu kyonna. Enkoko 17 natundako enkoko 5. Enkoko 3 nazitunda emitwalo 3 n'ekitundu. Enkoko 2 nazitunda emitwalo 2 n'ekitundu. Nazitunda ku budde bwa Easter. Kati zino enkoko endala zimbiikira amagi nga ndya n'okutunda tray y'amagi weba eweze njitunda siringi 8.
There is no doubt that village free-range chickens improve household incomes, and the Kuroiler, a high-performance yet colorful bird, can be relied upon to produce large numbers of eggs practically all year round.
These are birds which can really improve on the people's household income because of the qualities, the properties they have. Growing very fast, producing eggs every day, and the meat. Like mine, the biggest cock here was about 5 kilograms. And 5 kilograms of meat now, a meat of poultry here is going at 8,000. So 5 times 8 is 40,000 a cock. So that if you have about 10 of them, that is enough to send a child to school. So these ones, now that we have tested them, the properties we wanted, the growth rate, the taste, all are good. Now farmers are really interested in them.
Rural women and youth who are typically the managers of village poultry can immediately tap into these income and employment opportunities for rural populations.
Ekimu ku byangu ebisobola omukyala kyasobola okukola nkoko dino nkoko Kuroiler nungi ino zisobola okukuuma waka ng'olibize ate tikukowa bukowe aye ng'olidifunamu ate wadifunamu bulungi. Abanankana abantu abajja ku mikolo batera okuyida badigula wa n'abali kukola parties day badigula ku bulungi kubanga diwera ennyama yaife y'enkoko ere ensoga enkoko eyinza okuboneka nga nene ino aye wamala okugitoola kwa moya era wonga ntono aye no ogitoola kwa moya esigala nga nene era ezimba ogamba wewaliise 5 oyitawo 2.
Income earned by women is certainly invested in the family and therefore in the future, improving the family welfare, health, education and nutrition. The Kuroiler, a bird that survives under harsh rural conditions, produces 5 times the number of eggs as indigenous chickens and grows to about double the body weight. No doubt has the potential to lift hundreds of thousands of families out of poverty towards better, healthier and more sustainable livelihoods. In tune with the vision of the Kuroiler distribution project to reduce poverty and improve the quality of life of rural households.
Most of the farmers sell their cocks after 3 or 4 months at 30 or 40,000 shillings all over the country. Some have gone even to 50,000. So indeed, the cocks will bring a greater income to the farmers as they go on keeping these genetics. But also, farmers, please get more economically minded so that when you sell the cocks, please save that money and then go in and buy in other maybe bigger number of 3 weeks old chicks so that you can enlarge on your enterprise. Another major important aspect is that in looking at the issues of improved nutrition and improved incomes, the target also is to make sure that the youth and the women, our mothers in the rural areas, in the villages, in the families, have an income that they can talk about and depend upon, so that, which is produced within their own environment. As we mentioned, that this chicken can nicely blend with our indigenous poultry, but with a greater income at the family level. And we believe that as you economically, or as farmers, farmers in the rural areas become more economically equipped, you'll be able to earn a greater income out of this. Now, another aspect is that it is very important, because farmers are not getting very many chicken, but that farmers in the same locality develop areas of association, so that when it comes to marketing, either where you're marketing cocks, the Kuroiler cocks, or you're marketing the eggs, you start forming associations that you're not forced to sell or to farmers or to businessmen who are ready to reap from you, that you have the capacity to collect together the eggs that are being produced, or you decide to periodically sell your cocks and determine the price at which you're going to sell your product from this Kuroiler. And it's also hope that as you associate together, then you can even get into organizations or money saving schemes like circles. Eventually these could open into microfinances, whereby you can actually start borrowing from the resources that you've saved as an association of farmers who are living together.
With the youth, the Kuroiler means the future. It is planting today the roots of new lifestyle habits at an early age. Keeping village poultry is the surest way for rural folks to accessing the number one benefit of these birds, their nutritious meat and eggs. African women are responsible for feeding their families. They must have knowledge of the vital nutrients in these wholesome natural foods. They need to know when to feed the young with these foods, plus the methods of preparing them in order to preserve the nutrients in them. Families also need to